Carol Seymour. Carol Seymour is a retired proofreader living in Evanston, Illinois. She's been an ARSC member since 2008, and this is her 5th conference presentation entitled Home Sweet Home Oklahoma, 6 Decades of Recordings by Tom Paxton, Ramblin' Boy from Bristow. Carol has enjoyed Tom Paxton's artistry and humor at live shows in Portland and Chicago since 1979 and on records since 1971. Carol Seymour. Clicker. Clicker. Did I take the clicker?
Oh, there it is.
Ah.
I see.
Hi, everyone. The state of Oklahoma gave us Will Rogers, who made us laugh, and Woody Guthrie, whose songs made us think and feel. In 6 decades, Tom Paxton has followed suit by writing songs about human events and life's absurdities. Here's Carolyn Hester singing Along the Verdigris.
Everywhere I look today, everything is green. Oklahoma's prettier now than I've ever seen. High up in the cottonwood, an eagle makes her nest. It's even on the verdigris, the time I love the best.
Tom Paxton came of age in Bristow, Oklahoma, having moved from Chicago with his family at age 10. Out west, young Tom discovered traditional folk music. The first record he bought was a 45 by his idol, the classically trained Burl Ives. Tom played trumpet in school band, then took up the guitar. A self-described ham, Tom majored in drama at OU. His trio, the Travelers, played an off-campus coffee house. Tom began to write his own original songs. One day, Tom heard a Woody Guthrie LP in a record store. His first reaction to Woody's untrained voice, "He sounds so ordinary," gradually changed to, "Wow, he's fearless. He'll tackle any topic." In 1962, Tom's first album on Gaslight Records, The Man That Built the Bridges, was released. Here's a clip from the Guthrie-esque titled tune.
I'm the man that built the bridges. I'm the man that laid the track. I'm the man that built this country with my shoulders and my back. I'm the man that built the power dams, oiled all the cars, and I laid down the cornerstone for this great land of ours. I cleared the rocks and timber from the wild New England shore, and I labored long and hard to make it grow.
After his 1959 graduation, Tom acted in The Spoilers, a Victorian gold rush melodrama, during its summer run at a historic Colorado hotel. 158 shows later, Tom decided the theater wasn't his calling, and he turned to music. I believe Tom's dramatic imagination shaped his approach to songwriting in a unique way. He usually writes lyrics in the first person, narrating as an eyewitness or as a participant. Later that year, Tom joined the service, and he landed at the Army's Fort Dix, New Jersey typing school, where he composed original song lyrics to relieve boredom. A children's song, The Marvelous Toy, became his first keeper. On weekends, he escaped from the Army to nearby New York City, where he was warned, the village has gone to hell. You should have been here 2 years ago." The soldier folk singer character, Troy, in the Coen Brothers film Inside Llewyn Davis, was loosely based on Tom Paxton. Tom remembers the musicians' camaraderie and says they laughed a lot and they were always learning from one another. They were rivals trying to make a living, but they were also supportive friends. In 1961, renowned folk music collector Alan Lomax interviewed Tom on tape. Pete Seeger assisted.
Simon played by Dick Paxton. Where are you from?
Tom Paxton. I'm from Bristow, Oklahoma. I was born in Chicago and moved there when I was 10 and I was raised in.
You started playing out there.
Yeah. First thing I learned to play was Wildwood Flower. I didn't know it had any words till I came up here.
Sing your verse.
I don't know any words to it.
Oh,
Dad, out there, if you can't, if you can't play Malik Wayne, you can play Malik Wayne in it, but if you can't play it under the double eagle and Wildwood Flower, you can't pick.
what's the ballad that you want to sing?
The one I sang for you the other night, the Auschwitz.
Yeah, good.
Okay. You want to hear that now?
Or that other one that you wanted to...
Oh, the Zoo?
No, the Western Modern song.
Oh yeah, Sully's Pale. Yeah, I'll sing that for you. This
Very good
was,
ones that all did.
This was written-
The duty of the recordist is to watch the volume.
this was written by a fellow named Dick Gibbons. I never had met him. That rusty bucket Sully carried down below. You're not the first one, stranger, that has laughed at Sully's pail. You're the only one that's laughing now. The rest has heard this tale.
Tom played everywhere he could and developed lasting friendships. Village folk celebrity Dave Van Ronk hired him to play at the Commons and helped him move on to the Gaslight Club. Van Ronk said Tom was the first to emphasize his own material in his sets, even before Dylan. Previously apolitical, Tom joined the civil rights movement when African-American folk singer Lynn Chandler took him to a protest outside an F.W. Woolworth store. For the liner notes of his 1965 LP, Ain't That News, Tom described a childhood memory of sitting alone in a Bristow movie theater while his African-American friend was banished to the balcony. Ain't That News deals in part with the struggle for racial justice. Tom's biggest career break was meeting music publisher Milt O'Kuhn, who auditioned him for the Chad Mitchell Trio, but found his voice didn't blend well with Mike's and Chad's. However, he hired Tom as a songwriter. Chad's Trio was the first name act to record Tom's songs. In 1964, Tom signed with Elektra Records and recorded Ramblin' Boy. He had just finished writing what would become his most loved song, The Last Thing on My Mind. This lament of lost love was so effective that his friends asked, "Are things okay at home?" They were. In 1963, Tom had married Midge Cummings, whom he met at the Gaslight Club. They were married almost 51 years until her passing in 2014. She was his editor and guiding star, and the beautiful My Lady's a Wild Flying Dove was written for Midge. Tom Paxton's reputation grew, but money was still tight. When the Kennel-Ration Dog Food Company wanted to license his song, My Dog's Bigger Than Your Dog, Tom accepted. He later wrote many songs for kids, but this one paid well enough to furnish his whole apartment. In 1965, Pete Seeger hosted Tom on his TV show. Describing his own songwriting approach, Tom paid tribute to Woody. My chief influence has always been Woody Guthrie. His songs are so clear-cut and straightforward. Village up-and-comer Phil Oakes appeared on the same program. Here's a song Tom wrote when he learned of Oakes' 1976 suicide. titled simply Phil.
Phil became one of the finest songwriters of our time, a committed political, social commentator, but it's the friend that I remember, and songs about the morning I found out that he was gone. I opened the paper, there was your picture, gone, gone, gone by your own hand. I couldn't believe it, the paper was shaking, gone, gone, gone by your own hand. Now I'm gonna spend the rest of my lifetime wondering why you found yourself so badly hurt you had to die. I opened the paper, there was your picture, gone, gone, gone by your own hand.
Tom encouraged emerging singer-songwriters as he had been mentored. His satirical skills and sense of fun inspired Christine Lavin's Tom Paxton Explains the 80s. Gusty Hervey of the New Wine Singers, the group I presented on last year, played Cleveland after leaving Chicago. Her April 1966 date book reads, "Guest set featuring Sean and Gusty at La Cave. Saw Tom Paxton for the first time, much impressed, very real. Tom wrote down his song lyrics for Gusty to learn. Here's a photo of Tom, there, taken at an after-show party by La Cave owner Stan Kane. In 2015, Tom toured with Janice Ian, with whom he had shared the stage when Janice was only 13. Here's a clip from a concert with Tom and Janice, singing Tom's Ramblin' Boy and Bottle of Wine.
I met Janice on stage the first time she ever performed at the age of 13. And she got up and sang this song that was so sassy that my friend Len and I were just howling, and we said, go back and do another one, you know, and that's how I met her.
Tom is being modest in not mentioning that after all of these years of being a road warrior, or as we say, a road rat, he has actually announced his official retirement as of November 14th. So he's going to do folk festivals and whatnot, but he's going to get out of the grind, which is pretty smart.
While I was still a boy, sail when I was to you, my rambling boy, may all your rambling bring joy. Bottle of wine, fruit of the vine, away on let me get sober, let me alone, let me go home, let me go back, start over.
Tom influenced many other singer-songwriters, some of whom have recently toured and recorded with him. Here's Tom with the Don Juans, poking fun at climate change denial.
So before another frosted nuthatch expires, perhaps you'll permit these patriots to inquire. What's so bad about a beach in Boulder? You never have to worry about December getting colder. Sitting on the beach in our January tans. Who needs Puerto Rico, the Keys of Yucatan? Which, by the way, won't be there anymore. There are scuba divers dream on a five-star ocean floor. A little thicker sunscreen, a little wider hat. What's so bad about that?
Of his own recordings, Tom especially likes his early 60s Electra LPs. As Dave Van Bronk used to say, the game is worth the candle. Writing good songs that will endure is hard and often frustrating, but worth the effort. Tom believes every song of his that should have been recorded has been recorded by him or by others. Tom tells his students, find a story that moves you and write from an eyewitness's or participant's viewpoint. Don't just write about your own relationships. Tom treasures his Lifetime Achievement Grammy because it's from his colleagues. Whatever my point was, I think I've made it. So, Tom and John McCutcheon, two writers, two good friends, desired to write together from two rooms. The pandemic kept them separate. They couldn't get together. With tongue-in-cheek, they wrote this song on Zoom.
I'm staring at the page and I've got nothing. Not one single chord, rhyme in sight. No fresh ideas in view, not a single word is true. I'll be singing on the same old crap tonight. Same old crap tonight, same old crap tonight, lit up by this cold fluorescent light. So here I am again at Shakey's Pizza, where I debut each new song that I write. With this rowdy, drunken crowd and jukebox cranked up loud, I'll be singing all my brand new crap tonight. Brand new crap tonight, brand new crap tonight, lit up by this cold fluorescent light. Why should I worry now? They don't listen anyhow. So I'm singing all my brand new crap tonight. I'm singing all my brand new crap tonight.
Thank you.
Open the floor up to questions for Carol. Yes, we have, I believe, a migratory microphone for picking up questions. Does anyone know where that is?
Gotta use this.
Ah, there we are. Okay, why don't you come back up?
Oh, okay.
This one's working.
This one's working too. Just a couple comments and a question for you. First of all, your jacket, your purple jacket, goes perfect with Bristow. I don't know if you know this or not, but it's the Bristow Purple Pirates.
Yeah, the Pirates.
Yeah, my grandparents are from there. My grandpa played football there. So I had a question about the first song you played about I Built This Country theme.
About allowing the verdigris.
I'm the man who built this country.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you know if Jimmy Webb, in your research, have you ever come across like Jimmy Webb being a fan? Because the Highwaymen kind of echoes that. I'm the Highwayman. I'm the dam builder. Jimmy Webb's also an Okie. So I was curious. Yeah, I was curious if you had ever come across any connections like that.
Yeah, I have not, and I just took this as a Guthrie type song that he wrote, and so that's why I included it at that point. So I didn't know that about Jimmy Webb, but that's neat about Bristow.
Yes, Brett.
Thank you. We seem to be dancing around Woody Guthrie here, and at the exhibit, there's at the museum, there's an exhibit on Phil Oakes, and I'm kind of curious as to the relationship between Tom Paxton and Phil Oakes, since you alluded to Phil Oakes earlier, and here obviously your main focus is Tom Paxton. Did they perform together? What, any relationship between the two of them?
They were good friends. They played at a lot of the same events. I don't think I've heard anything of them performing together, not that I know of. Yeah. But they were very good friends.
Other questions for Carol? Steve?
Microphone.
As soon as the microphone reaches you.
Carol, great presentation. I am recording this for Tom. I've been good friends with him for the last couple of years, and really looking forward to this. The Don Juans were mentioned, and it should be mentioned that it's John Besner, who happens to be Kathy Mattea's husband, great songwriter too, and Don Henry, who's written some of Kathy's songs too. And they've been traveling together for quite a while. He's also now writing with a lot of independent folk singers. He appears on a number of albums out there now, and he's still going in his 80s. So
Yes.
yeah, great.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Any other questions for Carol? Or for our other presenters in this morning panel? Questions for Carrie or John? Yes?
One more question.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. If you're going to the Dylan Guthrie ASA thing, Tom's papers are there. I'm going Monday to look at those. Phil Oak's papers are there, and videos. And I think, Carol, you've been there already to see some of the stuff. And I'm also in touch with Phil's sister, Sunny, who has never been here, interesting enough, so I'm going to do some documentation for her.
Yeah, I intend to go. I'm going tomorrow on the tour, tomorrow afternoon, and definitely want to check out all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't help but wonder where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Can't help but wonder where I'm bound.